Coming up next on this special Giving and Leading edition of Arizona Horizon, the owner of a clothing company gives more than the shirt off his back to help those with special needs. See how families are giving back to the community, and see how pets can help provide emotional therapy. Those stories next on this special edition of Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to this special Giving and Leading edition of Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. We begin by meeting a Phoenix man who's found a unique way to raise money for special needs organizations. Producer Shauna Fisher introduces us to Paper Clouds Apparel, clothing with a purpose.
With every t-shirt that's printed, Paper Clouds Apparel is changing lives.
What we do is we take artwork that an individual with special needs has created, we transfer that to our shirts, hats, and bags. We team up with the different special needs cause every 2 weeks, and then we sell their artwork on our website, and then for 2 weeks, 50% of the proceeds go right back to that special needs school cause organization.
Robert Thornton started Paper Clouds Apparel after a visit to his parents' house. Robert noticed this drawing on the refrigerator. His mom is a school bus driver for children with special needs. The drawing was made by a little girl on her bus.
And I spent the whole entire night just mesmerized by this drawing because it was different, but it was different in a cool way, you know. And so I spent the whole entire night just staring at it. And the next morning, I woke up and I thought, man, that would look pretty cool on a t-shirt.
Before long, Robert had the idea for Paper Clouds Apparel. He chose to focus on people with special needs because they're often overlooked by society.
You know, for too long, people have treated those with special needs like they kind of don't. They want to put them in the corner where they don't have to deal with them and just, you know. But I want to be like, no, like I want to put you on a pedestal and show you that you're talented. You know, that you can contribute to society. You know, that you have skills and you need to be appreciated.
Paper Clouds Apparel has raised money for dozens of organizations across the country. Not only does Robert showcase drawings made by kids with special needs, he employs adults with special needs in the packaging department.
80 to 93% of all adults with special needs are unemployed. You know, and I think it's ridiculous. You know, if more businesses focused on helping people instead of just the bottom line, like this world can be a much better place.
And Robert is determined to make the world a better place, one t-shirt at a time.
I just feel that I'm doing what I was brought here to do. You can change the world. You know, you just have to believe in it. It's not going to be easy, you know, but if you're doing the right thing and you work hard at it, you can do whatever you want to do.
When London Bridge was completed in 1831, the automobile didn't even exist. By 1968, it may not have been falling down, but the bridge was sinking under the crush of modern traffic. So the city of London decided to sell it to a developer in Arizona. Just off of State Route 95 in Lake Havasu City is a plaque memorializing the dedication and reopening of the bridge in October 1971. Two-day gala included an elaborate dinner attended by 800 people, including then Arizona Governor Jack Williams and Sir Peter Studd, Lord Mayor of London. Behind the fireworks and go-go girls was over 3 years of risk-taking and hard work. It was the dream of C.V. Wood and Robert McCulloch, who were developing the fledgling town. The bridge was purchased for over $2 million. The 22 million ton structure was dismantled, each stone numbered, and shipped 10,000 miles to Long Beach, California, and then trucked to Lake Havasu's Colorado riverbank. It took 40 workers 3 years to reconstruct the bridge. The original 19th century construction crew of 800 took 7 years, and 40 laborers died. The bridge survived the German Blitz of London during World War II. Its light poles are made from cannons seized from Napoleon's army at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. The metal melted down and forged into lamps. Today, the London Bridge attracts over 1.5 million sun-seeking visitors a year, exceeded only by the Grand Canyon.
Next, we take a look at a group that welcomes volunteers of all ages. Producer Christina Estes introduces us to Families Giving Back.
We are at Phoenix Mountain Nursing Center, and we are doing an art project with the senior residents. There are templates to draw and then scissors to cut out hearts.
It took Alex Scalar and Lisa Geiser more than 2 years to reach this stage.
We were looking for volunteer opportunities to do with our children, to start instilling the values of giving back. And we could not find any volunteer opportunities in the valley that we could do with our young children.
And so we just started, talking about it and kind of expressing our frustration, and one thing led to another, and we decided if it doesn't exist, let's create it, and so we did.
Kevin, tell me what color they are.
They came up with kid-friendly ideas like this art project and started pitching different groups.
Thank you.
The events that we create and host ourselves, really there aren't many that have an age restriction. We try to have something there from the littlest kids on up, whether it's going to a pantry and stocking the shelves with donations that the families bring. The little ones stock the low shelves, and the bigger ones stock the higher shelves. So there really is something for all ages.
I'm gonna make stripes.
7-year-old Dylan Conway doesn't mind skipping Saturday morning cartoons to create his own images.
It's a football course.
Although 103-year-old Bertha Rakowski considers herself more of a bingo player than artist, she still enjoys what she calls piddling around, especially with this younger group.
And they're just darling. Every one of these children are just darling.
A lot of our families, a lot of the children may not experience or have experience with being with the elderly. And so it's just really nice for them to be comfortable and engage with the residents. I don't know who has more fun, the kids or the seniors. And so it's just really a nice time to start teaching or instill those values about respecting elders and see how much they have to offer us.
Like everybody's all smiling and all the elder people are smiling, and it's nice to be in an environment like that.
Families Giving Back started pretty small, with Alex and Lisa rounding up friends for the first few events.
That's cool.
Since then, they've welcomed more than 500 families.
We would love to get a group photo of all of our little volunteers under their beautiful masterpiece. 2, 3, cheese!
While most events last 60 to 90 minutes, they often leave more than memories. In this case, a string of homemade hearts displayed in the dining room.
I love kids.
And others shared with new friends.
I'm gonna put them up in my bedroom. I already decided on where I'm gonna put them. So I'm gonna put these in my bedroom, and I get to look at them.
We now turn to an effort to educate teachers about Asperger's syndrome. That effort includes delivering 45,000 paper fortune tellers with information about Asperger's to Arizona teachers. Patty Dion is co-founder of Southwest Autism Research and Resource Center's Think Asperger's campaign, and Dr. Raun Melmed is the center's co-founder and medical director. Good to have you both here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about this campaign now, September 15th. What is that?
Well, I don't know if you remember this as a child, but I sure do. And we called them either chatterboxes or fortune tellers.
Sure.
And they gave us information, primarily about who was going to kiss us. But in this campaign, we are looking at some of the signs of Asperger's. And on each fold of paper, we have some of the red flags, for example, playing alone. And as you then open the chatterbox or fortune teller, you get a little more defined idea of what that means. And more importantly, you are asked to go to the thinkaspergers.org website and sign up for a free webinar on Asperger's.
And it is important for teachers to understand Asperger's because those kids are out there, aren't they?
They sure are. And I think more and more people are becoming aware of it and becoming aware of the fact that when you know someone with autism or with Asperger disorder, we say you know one person with autism or Asperger disorder. The big difference between most individuals with autism spectrum disorder and Asperger disorder is that individuals with Asperger disorder, which falls under the umbrella of ASD or autism spectrum disorder, have near normal language and normal cognitive development. So they might not be identified early as, for example, a child who's nonverbal. And it might only be when they enter into the school system that they start to exhibit the signs of social communication deficits, which is the core deficit that these individuals have.
Indeed, and is it similar to autism in that there's like fixation, repetitive behavior, this sort of thing, or is it a little bit different?
They can certainly have fixated behavior, but as Ron has mentioned, because these children don't have cognitive impairment or language delays, it is very difficult to note their struggle. And it really isn't until you put them in a social situation, which our schools offer that, that we can pick up on some of the defining struggles of these kids.
Is that true? So basically, kind of a lonely, I would imagine, child in general, put them in a crowd, put them in a classroom, maybe the warning flags start to show?
That's exactly right. So the primary deficit is the social communication challenges, difficulty with reading social cues, difficulty understanding nuance of what other children might be wanting to say, and sometimes having unusual language as well. In addition, the restricted and the repetitive behaviors are often seen as well. Put them in a situation where they have to learn in a group context. Children are divided up and say, you work in this team and you work in that team. And for the first time, they might have real difficulty in adopting, for example, another kid's perspective, in saying, yes, that's correct, we can learn from that, we can include that. Often these children might be more restricted in terms of their social awareness and might want their way or not at all. And in that way, they can become isolatory.
Well, with that in mind, what do teachers need to know? What are they being told on these fortune tellers when they see a child and they're thinking, you know, I think that child might have something similar, might be under this particular umbrella. What do they need to know?
Well, one of the particular thing is this social isolationism. And we have a tape at SARC where we actually went to some of the schools and looked for what does Asperger's look like. And sometimes it looks like one child walking along the perimeter of a play yard all alone. That's what it could look like. And it is that social piece, that missing social piece, that really determines the struggle of the child. These kids really have such a difficult time, want to make a friend, and very earnestly are trying to, but don't have the social language and the social expertise that the rest of us seem to just glean naturally.
So what does it teach? Okay, please.
I think that, let's take a step back from that. The first job of the teacher, we think the first job of schools, is to screen all children who are attending their schools using a generic screening program for Asperger disorder. And that's exactly what the Think Asperger's program is, and to provide that screening opportunity to every single child. We think that school teachers should be utilizing our program, which has been standardized, and evaluate through a screening process as to determine which children might be at risk for Asperger disorder. That's the primary role we feel for teachers.
But again, I'm trying to put myself in the position of a teacher. I've got the paper, the thing here, the fortune teller. I think I've recognized it. I think I've made a discovery. I'm pretty positive on this. What do I do?
Well, there are a couple of things to do. First of all, on the Fortune, on our chatterbox, what we call, there's our website. You can contact the website. You can contact SARC directly as well. You can the teacher can speak to their school psychologist and say, you know, we have concerns about this particular child. We don't think that they're really socially interacting with other children. They're not communicating effectively. They have some unusual behaviors. Can you come and take a look? Now, SARC as an overall program, we can actually perform that function for the school, but typically the teacher would then go to the school psychologist.
And again, for teachers, I want to get group activity. I want to get these kids all around the same table. I want them interacting and communicating, but the one kid or these couple of kids here, they may have Asperger's. How do you keep them from being isolated when it seems like they want to be, or they end up being isolated?
Well, I think then at that point, when you do notice the difficulty, you would then refer to SARC, call SARC, and possibly speak to the parents, of course, and look to a professional evaluation of your child. And through that, SARC has the program, Think Asperger's, and through that program, we offer intervention therapies for these children.
And it might be pretty easy. It might be as simple as saying, going up to Johnny, one of the leaders of the class, and say, you know, Jamie over here does not do that well on the playground. I would like you to be her partner on the playground, to make sure that she's introduced to all the other kids, that you stand by her. That kind of peer counseling, that peer tutoring is enormously effective. That way the child gets integrated with the other children more effectively. They feel part of the act and part of the show and hope to learn from that experience.
Very good.
But there might be some more formal interventions to do as well.
Well, very good. Well, good luck with the campaign. It sounds like a good one, and I hope it works, and I hope teachers are paying attention and can act accordingly. Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
Expand your horizon with the Arizona Horizon website. To get there, go to azpbs.org. Click on the Arizona Horizon tab at the top of the screen. Once there, you can access many features to help you make a more informed viewer. Watch interviews by clicking on the video button, or scroll down to the bottom of the page for the most recent segments. You can also find out what's on Arizona Horizon for the coming week. If you would like an RSS feed, a podcast, or want to buy a video, that's all on the website too. Want to learn about specific topics like immigration or the legislature? You can visit our special web sections. There's also a page for educators. Show your support for Arizona Horizon at azpbs.org/Arizona Horizon. Get the inside scoop on what's happening at Arizona PBS. Become an 8 Insider. You'll receive weekly updates on the most anticipated upcoming programs and events. Get the 8 Insider delivered to your email inbox. Visit azpbs.org to sign up today.
We finish up tonight with a look at pets helping people. Producer Christina Estes shows us how a Phoenix-based program is creating unique friendships.
Inside the chapel at the Good Samaritan Society's Peoria campus, Myrtle Clark is preparing for a special visitor.
This is only the second time I saw her.
Meet Myrtle's newest friend. At 4 years old, Lily is much younger than Myrtle. At 30 inches tall, she's also much shorter. But the differences don't matter much.
Yes, you're a sweet little thing.
Lily is part of Pet Connections, a Hospice of the Valley program where specially trained therapy teams visit nursing facilities and patients' homes.
Well, she's used to being around people.
Oh, yeah.
Brooke Mortensen is Lily's partner.
People ask me all the time, you know, did I train Lily to do this? And no, I didn't train her to do this. I think it's just her calling in life, and I think she enjoys it.
Yes, you are so good.
It's not just Lily's personality that generates smiles, it's also what she wears.
Those shoes I can't get over. I love horses. I always did from little on. My dad had 2 horses always for on a route, and they were regular pets.
This brings them all the benefits and joys of pet companionship without the burdens of ownership.
Ann Roseman plays matchmaker for patients and pets.
We want to make sure that all the animals visiting for us have lovely, even, and predictable temperaments, even in unpredictable and random circumstances.
Oh, you're so soft. You're like a kitty. You're like a kitty bitty. There you go. Look at that baby dance.
Employees at Hospice of the Valley's Phoenix office also enjoy the benefits of pet therapy.
How precious are you?
Every month, pets like Snickers show up to spread joy and collect treats.
It's all about this, and we know it. Yeah. Oh,
Let's go visit.
Snickers and his partner Ann Kendall are among nearly 200 therapy teams. They've been making weekly visits for a couple years.
You go in to a group home or a palliative care setting, and maybe someone's not having a very good day, and once they see Snickers and you see that big grin or smile on their face or their reaction, they've kind of forgotten their troubles for that few minutes that you're there with them. And that's what we're all about. These are people sometimes that don't recognize their families anymore, but they'll know, oh, it's Snickers Day today. They'll know what that means.
thanks for coming by. Made my day.
Lily will make about 100 visits this year, each one touching more than the patient.
She teaches me compassion and service, and she just has unconditional love for anybody that she meets.
That is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us on this special Giving and Leading edition of Arizona Horizon. You have a great evening.
If you have comments about Arizona Horizon, please contact us at one of the addresses on your screen. Your comments may be used on a future edition of Arizona Horizon. Thank you. Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.